Ladies and gents, polish those shoes and crank the gramophone. It's time to dive headfirst into the decade that danced like no one was watching, the Roaring Twenties. Now we got flappers and fringe and bootleg gin, jasmine blowing as the night rolls in. From Harlem Nights to Hollywood gold, stories untold, scandal and bold. We regret nothing. We're talking swing, we're talking sass, top hats, headlines, and backstage pass. We regret nothing.
Welcome back to We Regret Nothing, the podcast where we pick the greatest cultural artifacts from each decade, lock them into a space capsule, send them to the universe for discovery. We've already tackled movies and books from the 1920s, but what is a decade without its soundtrack? Today, I will take Andrea and Michelle through the first 10 songs on our list of the roaring world of 1920s music. This was the birth of jazz as a cultural force, the rise of blues, the spread of swing, and the moment when records and radio brought songs into every home. From speakeasies to dance halls, the 1920s defined how modern music would eventually sound. Which voices, rhythms, and melodies are capsule-worthy? Which songs still make us move a century later? Well, let's turn up the gramophone and find out. Welcome, Michelle.
Hello.
Welcome, Andrea.
Sean.
Okay. Before we get into the list, do either of you have thoughts about the music of the 1920s in general?
How kind of you to ask. Yeah, I was shocked by the first part of the list that we're going to go over today about almost how jaunty it was and happy for, as we've gone over films and books, how fucking depressing and just like life taking those two were, and where here it's kind of like I don't know, it's like put on a happy face, we're gonna dance our blues away, baby. Like, so yeah, those were my thoughts.
That's a good take. Michelle, anything?
It's funny that you say dance, because as I was listening to these, like, so many of them are like, they're kind of designed for a dance hall, for a club, or I'm very excited. Yeah, and I love that. So as I looked at this list by title, I knew 13 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yes.
or technically, I guess 14, because there are two versions of one of the songs on here. And I was like, I think that says a lot for these are 100 years old.
Yep.
Right. And I knew by song title, I knew 14 of them.
Yeah.
Of the 20.
Yep.
So.
Yep. That's what I was surprised when I saw the list. I was like,
yeah,
oh,
I think.
Okay.
I mean, for me, music is the
Mhm.
the reason it would is like this is how you escape, right? Music, at least for me, is a good way to do that. And I think your thoughts about how jaunty and happy everything was is because the rest of it was kind of shitty.
Yeah, you needed something. You
Right.
needed, yeah. That's looking
Not for everybody. It wasn't shitty for everybody, but
not F. Scott Fitzgerald.
Oh.
Okay, I want to move on, but that was when I curated this list, when I was listening to these songs, I never really put together what you just said. The movies seem to, and the books that we've gone over from the 1920s seem to have this World War I kind of taint on them. I don't know, just this is dark. Beavis? Okay. So let's get into this list. Now, in no particular order. The first song, and we'll just start with the doozy, Rhapsody in Blue. This is a 1924 jazz classical fusion that actually defined this era. This was written for a solo piano and a jazz band. It was written by George Gershwin. The Rhapsody is one of Gershwin's most recognizable creations and a key composition that defined the jazz age. I did not know. I've heard Rhapsody in Blue, mainly the dog and Best in Show, but I didn't realize that until I started looking at this song that a rhapsody is a particular kind of music. So for anybody else out there like me, that's not the people sitting on the couch, which I'm sure they knew. I did not. A rhapsody in music, anyway, is a one movement work that is episodic, yet integrated, free-flowing in structure, featuring a range of highly contrasted moods, color, and tonality. An era of spontaneous inspiration and a sense of improvisation make it freer in form than a set of variations. I just read that whole definition, and I still don't know what a rhapsody is. Michelle or Andrea, can you put that in Sean terms?
We love a tempo change.
Oh, see, that's Sean terms. Okay. Andrea, anything?
No.
Okay. So just a little bit more about the actual song. Band leader Paul Whiteman asks George Gershwin to write a concerto-like piece for an all-jazz concert in honor of Lincoln's birthday to be given in New York. He had 5 weeks by the time that it was decided he was going to write this. So Gershwin composed this work in 5 weeks. It premieres on a snowy Tuesday afternoon, February 12th, 1924 in Manhattan, entitled An Experiment in Modern Music. The much-anticipated concert held by Paul Whiteman and his orchestra drew a packed house. Many of the early numbers in the program underwhelmed the audience. Not to mention the ventilation system in the concert hall had malfunctioned, and so some audience members had departed the venue by the time Gershwin makes his entrance for the Rhapsody. The audience reportedly were irritable, impatient, restless, until the haunting clarinet glissando started playing the opening notes of Rhapsody in Blue. Upon the conclusion of the Rhapsody, the audience goes crazy. They're applauding Gershwin's composition, and quite unexpectedly, the concert, in every respect except financial, became a knockout. The concert soon became historically significant due to the premiere of the Rhapsody, and its program would become not only a historic document, finding its way into foreign monographs on jazz, but also rare as well. Oh no, why did I do this to myself? As early as 1927, writer F. Scott Fitzgerald opined that Rhapsody in Blue idealized the youthful zeitgeist of the jazz age. So with that in mind, it was written in Zelda's diary, according to Andrea. Accordingly, director Baz Luhrmann used Rhapsody in Blue to represent the character of Jay Gatsby in the 2013 film The Great Gatsby. That's enough background. Anybody want to start on Rhapsody in Blue?
The reason, first of all, this song, I think, particularly to our generation and before us, is instantly recognizable. Even if you didn't know what it was called, even if you didn't know who composed it or wrote it, you wouldn't. But as soon as you hear it, you know what it is. Yeah. And I also think, again, touching on when things come into pop culture, I'm certain, though I cannot remember what, this was like an airline. They used this for
Delta.
Was it Delta?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I could see, that part. And so I was like, even if you don't give two shits about music, you've heard this song, right? Yeah. Somewhere, some piece of it, you've heard it. It's instantly recognizable. The reason that Gershwin only had the 5 weeks is because initially he turned down the commission, and he was at a club or whatever, and Ira, his brother, said, "Hey, it's in the paper that you're writing this thing." And he's like, "The fuck I am?" Right? So then he called Whiteman and was like, "Bro, what?" And I guess it turned out that one of Whiteman's rivals was going to steal the idea of the concert and do it for him. And he was like, just basically was like, "Hey man, you've got to do me a solid and write this thing," which is astonishing, right? Also, it's so long.
I did not know that it was almost 18 minutes long.
And then that makes me, so, I mean, again, just back into pop culture, Sean Hayes plays this in its entirety in Goodnight Oscar.
Goodnight Oscar, yeah.
That's the end of the show, basically, is as Oscar Levant. He plays this entire, at the end of it, and he did it 6 nights a week,
Yeah.
8 shows.
Yeah.
Right. So impressive, right?
Very impressive.
Yeah.
Those two need to stop being mean to Sean. He might not be the brightest bulb, but
but I love that, like, in 5 weeks, right?
and then something that just
is enduring
forever.
Yeah.
Forever. I love that, like, that sly start with the clarinet that they talk about how, like, he did it kind of as a joke, but Gershwin was like, no, keep that, which I love too. Just kind of what I read, and I don't know a lot about Gershwin besides like surface level, you know, so I'm gonna hate if I find out that, like, he, you know, killed kittens for a living or something, because I am gonna do, like, some people have.
He wrote music for a living.
Oh, so hobby.
Correct.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean.
Okay.
But I want to do a deeper dive into him, just because, like, somebody that created something like this, and also a little bit under pressure, and somebody throws in and starts that, and he does. I'd be like, bitch, stay on point. I don't need you fucking up my shit. And he's like, let's keep that. You know, so I very much, I do enjoy this, but I didn't know it was so.
Yeah, it really is. And then I read something else, that there were a lot of people who were just like, this isn't great.
Yeah.
Right. And I was like, imagine being so loud and so wrong about George Gershwin. Right. One of the greatest composers of all time. Imagine being so loud and so wrong.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. With your whole chest. And you just got there was something that I had originally started to write about critics, and then I was like, don't even give them, because fuck them.
Yeah, and the thing I literally loved is when he said, when he was talking about having to write this, and he came up with most of the bones of it on a train to Boston. And the quote that I was like, I love. I frequently hear music in the very heart of noise. And I thought,
I read that
man,
too. Yep.
That's, you know, I think that's how you know you're born to something.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you see it or you feel it everywhere.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. Anyway.
Great quote. Okay, so fittingly, number 2, this is Swanee, American pop song composed by George Gershwin, with lyrics written by Irving Caesar. And so Gershwin is at a party with Al Jolson, plays this song. Jolson hears it and immediately puts it into his show Sinbad, which was already a success at the Winter Garden Theater. And then not long after that, recorded it for Columbia Records in January of 1920. Song was charted for 18 weeks in 1920, holding the #1 position for 9 weeks. It sold 1 million sheet music copies and an estimated 2 million records.
Damn.
It became Gershwin's first hit, the biggest selling song of his career, and the money he earned from it allowed him to concentrate on theater work and films rather than writing more single pop hits.
You gotta love fuck you money.
I think there's fuck you money and then there's fuck me money. I think he's got fuck me money. But Jolson recorded the song several times in his career and performed it in several movies. The Jolson Story in 46, Rhapsody in Blue in 45, Jolson Sings Again in 49. And although this song is usually associated with Jolson, this song has been recorded by many other singers, most notably Judy Garland in A Star Is Born. I'll stop there. Thoughts on Swanee?
I have in my notes, partially inspired by Stephen fucking Foster's Old Folks at Home. That's a Tombstone thing. I don't hate Stephen Foster. But
Lowell from Wings does, though.
He does. He does. And I have that it was the biggest selling hit. But this is my own personal, I have in all caps, this song irritates me. Fuck Florida and the Swanee River.
Oh.
This song irritated me. I don't know what it was. I was like, thank God it's like $1.29 long, because I was like, Al, shut up. I don't give a damn about the stupid river. I don't know. I seriously, like, I don't know. I don't know.
I think my initial thoughts about this song are associated with Jolson and the blackface.
Yeah.
So it was hard, but like when I just listened to it, like just solo, listened to it, I was like, it very much feels like the time, and it's very Swanee, and
Oh yeah, all that.
So if I removed it, because like when I saw it on the list, I was like, oh man, this is the how I love you, right? Like, and I'm just like, but then when I just listened to it, like without the rest of it, I was like, it's okay. Now we have another Jolson song on the list that I prefer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not breaking the rules yet, Sean.
You said a little,
but I think like in he was so popular, right? People loved him, and so no wonder Gershwin was like, "Let me just play this song for you and see what you think," and then made a gajillion dollars, and then was able to give us the shit we probably know and love Gershwin for more.
Yes.
So thanks for that.
Thanks.
Number 3, St. Louis Blues. This is a popular American song composed by W.C. Handy in jazz style. Now, I want to be clear. It was published in September of 1914. It was one of the first blues songs to succeed as a pop song and remains a fundamental part of every jazz musician's repertoire. Why it's on this list for this decade, I'm putting forth the 1925 version, which was sung by Bessie Smith, with Louis Armstrong on cornet. This song was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1993. Back to W.C. Handy here. Handy said he had been inspired by the chance meeting with a woman on the streets of St. Louis, Missouri, distraught over her husband's absence, who lamented, "My man's got a heart like a rock cast into sea," which becomes a key line of this song. The film St. Louis Blues from 1929 featured Bessie Smith singing this song. I just want to throw in culturally, because I get on Andrea for this a lot, so she can chalk one up for herself against me. In 1998, there was an album, Gershwin's World, put out by Herbie Hancock, which featured St. Louis Blues and featured Stevie Wonder singing this on vocals for this song. In 1999, at the 41st Annual Grammy Awards, this recording won 2 Grammys. Stevie Wonder won the Grammy for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance, and then Herbie and Stevie won for composing and arranging. A slew of Grammys for this album, but specifically this song that was included on this album. So St. Louis Blues, 1925, Bessie Smith. Thoughts?
Oh, I thought this was fantastic. I love Cat if you knock over my coffee.
Is that a song?
You know what? It might be.
Cat if you knock over my coffee.
No, I loved it. I loved the lyrics. I loved the way she sang. I loved the lament of it. And my notes when I was listening to it was, did they play this song in Sinners? Nope, but it would have fit. Because when the sun's going down, I just listened. I was like, oh, but it had that same feel. Have you seen that yet? Why'd I ask?
I don't know.
Okay.
But no,
I'll watch it next week when I'm on a plane.
Okay.
Oh, smart. Yeah, I thought it was great. Those are my thoughts.
Michelle, this song, not a movie from 2025.
No. Yeah. See, nice work.
St. Louis.
I also big fan. Have been a big blues fan for a long time, and we'll talk about how I killed John Lee Hooker later.
Okay. Maybe
but,
don't want to put that on the podcast. But.
I mean, metaphorically.
Oh, figuratively. I got it.
Yeah. So it was interesting to me that when I was reading through a bunch of this, that there were people who did not consider it truly the blues.
T-Bone.
He
said it too.
Yeah. Because,
T-Bone?
but for a different reason, different reason than what T-Bone said, which was that I think he mentioned you can't class up the blues, right?
Yeah.
And I think that it's maybe tied to this a little bit, because there's a pump organ on this song. Like, you mostly hear Louis, right? But the other instrument is a pump organ. And there were people who, like, some scholars, some, internet jackholes, just saying, like, this isn't a true blues song because of the pump organ. And I was like, but the blues is not necessarily
But this kind of blues is just like
the instruments you're playing.
Yeah.
I would, for me anyway, like, it's about
I don't think
where it comes
I find
from.
that really great. I was like,
so
justice for the pump organ. What
yeah,
the
I
fuck?
mean, and I don't
Also
hate it. I don't love it.
Yeah.
But as an instrument, but it fits so well in here. And plus, you just hear her, right? You just hear Bessie.
Yeah.
And so I was like, it struck me as really interesting that when I read that, I was like, but it follows like the same, right? The same format that all, most blues follows from now, from then until now. So I just thought, I wonder, like, for me, for music, like, where did it come from? Not necessarily, what genre it's supposed to be or supposed to sound like. So anyway, loved it. Very good. Yeah.
Okay. Number 4, Ain't Misbehavin'. This is a 1929 stride jazz early swing song. Andy Razoff wrote the lyrics to the score by Thomas Fats Waller for the Broadway musical comedy play entitled Connie's Hot Chocolates. There were 6 versions of this song recorded in 1929. And every one of them were listed as successes in the American Society of Composers. So just real quick, Leo Reisman and his orchestra recorded the Ain't Misbehaving, and it charted at number 2. Louis Armstrong, number 7. Bill Robinson and his Hotsy Totsy Gang, number 8. Gene Austin, number 9. Ruth Etting, number 16. And Fats Waller, number 17. All of those in the same year with this song. And then culturally, in 1976, Leon Redbone performed this song on Saturday Night Live. It served as the title song of the very successful 1978 musical Ain't Misbehaving. Country music artist Hank Williams Jr. recorded a version of this for his 1985 studio album, 5-0. Released as a single, the song peaked at number 1 on Billboard's Hot Country Singles chart and earned him a Grammy Award nomination for Best Country Vocal Performance. And my favorite, in the 1975 movie Lucky Lady, this song was performed by Burt Reynolds. Okay. Thoughts on Ain't Misbehavin'?
Love it. I love it so much. I know it from Stormy Weather, where he actually performs the song. And then also, when I was a kid, my mom loved Nell Carter.
Right? Oh, really?
Yeah, loved Nell Carter. And so Nell was part of the original Broadway cast of Ain't Misbehavin'. So I read about this, and when I read it, I was like, oh my God, I think I actually saw that. Like, it triggered a memory for me. She and Andre DeShields.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hermes forever.
Yeah.
Performed it like on NBC or something, on like I don't know if it was a variety show or whatever, but I, like, in my brain, I felt like I could see this, and maybe as our brain expert might, maybe I just conjured up that memory because I can hear Nell singing it. But this Fats Waller version I love so much. I think maybe when I went to the Library of Congress in, oh God, I don't know what that was, 2015. The Library of Congress doesn't actually have like listening stations, but you can go, they have like it's called like the National Jukebox or something, and you can like go online and listen to anything that they have in the archives. And so when I went to listen to the original version on the National Jukebox, right, rather than the movie version, which is slightly different. It's mostly the same, right? But I love like the crackle of the, like, I love it. I love it so much.
Oh no, not after that. We're best friends.
Oh, you hate this song?
I do.
Why?
I don't hate it. It's not F. Scott Fitzgerald or Joe Rogan. It's It's meh to me. And you know what I think it is? And I hate that I feel this way because you should see like your whole face, like you were like so lit up over it, and then you know, no, but you know, and you know, especially somebody who loves an artist so much, and then people shit on it, like fuck you, people. But I think it was Fats Waller.
Really?
I do. I feel like I need to hear this song again, sung by somebody else, and it's Fats Waller just with this song because I like Fats Waller. So I don't know what it is, and now I need to go visit this song after we're done.
Again, just interesting based on what you're saying is that the Fats Waller version out of the 9 charted the lowest.
Do you think, is it because I feel like when people, if you just read the lyrics of this song, you didn't listen to it, you're just reading the lyrics, it sounds as if it should be coming from someone who identifies as a female, right?
Yes.
And the fact that Fats is singing it seems, do you think
that might be it? That might be it.
And I love it because of I love a flippity floppity like that. So I love, and in the movie version, it's very cute because the line "I'm saving all my love for you," and he's like, and you, and you, and you. And it's so cute to me, and I don't know. Maybe that's part of why
I think this way because you have not heard the Burt Reynolds version. Okay. Anything else?
Is Dom DeLuise on the backup on that? Because if it is,
anything,
and I'm on board.
I'm on board.
I'm on board.
No, but Andrea, any?
No, but I'm going to go back before we go to the second part of this. I'm going to go back and listen to this again, because I feel like, especially, I mean, I feel like maybe my ears weren't open enough. I was going to say my eyes weren't open, but then, but I'm going to go back to it. I'm going to go back to it.
I do feel like part of Michelle didn't light up.
She did. I was like, I'm not talking first.
And I'm saying I think, I don't want to speak for Michelle, but I think that the Nell Carter piece, her singing it in the movie or in the show, might kind of tie all that together. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because you knew the song before this. Did you know it from the musical?
That's what I'm
saying. So maybe that's your brain, because the original Broadway cast recording would have been Nell.
Yes.
Okay. Well, another listen, Andrea, before we start trying to get down to our final 10 and final 5.
We are never, ever, ever getting back together.
Oh, no, they broke up. Okay, number 5 is the Charleston. This is a jazz composition that was written to accompany the Charleston dance. It was composed in 1923 with lyrics by Cecil Mack and music by James P. Johnson. The song was featured in the American Black Broadway musical comedy show Runnin' Wild, which had its premiere at the New York Colonial Theater in New York on October 29th, 1923. The music of the dock workers from South Carolina inspired Johnson to compose the music. The dance, known as the Charleston, came to characterize the times. Lyrics, though rarely sung, were penned by Cecil Mack, himself one of the most accomplished songwriters of the early 1900s. The exception to the lyrics piece is Chubby Checker's 1961 recording. This song has been used in a number of films. Ginger Rogers dances to this song in Roxy Hart in 42, the movie Margie 46, and It's a Wonderful Life in 46. The song is played during school dance scenes in both of those movies.
And what school is that in real life, Sean?
I have no idea.
Beverly Hills High School.
Okay. In the movie Tea for Two, Doris Day and Gordon McRae, the song is featured. And then a version of this, performed by Enoch Light and the Charleston City All-Stars, is used in Woody Allen's 2011 film Midnight in Paris. And the track, I keep unintentionally doing this to myself, but the track Bang Bang from the 2013 film The Great Gatsby, which was performed by will.i.am, samples the Charleston. Okay. Sean. Anybody have thoughts on Charleston?
I didn't know there were lyrics.
Same. That was the first note I had. I had no idea this song had lyrics.
I think Cecil Mack would be quite offended.
I'm sure.
He
Apologies. Turning in your grave. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I had no idea. No, I literally wrote today years old. Did not know.
I should, you know what? I didn't do it. I still can. I should look at the Chubby Checker recording. Apparently,
A lot of these songs are in public domain. So
I
I'm
know.
just saying.
I
Got a
was.
little tidbit.
We could. They are. That's.
In post production.
You know what? That is.
Don't tell me how to do my job. I won't tell you how to do yours.
Heard. But you do tell me. Oh, sorry.
That's my job.
Okay.
So yeah,
I love the Charleston.
okay.
I love the dance. Yes. Does it mainly? I knew the Charleston before. I mean, thank you, Warner Brothers cartoons. But like, I love that part so much, and It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
just the everything. The minute that I saw Charleston, I was like, oh yay. The old like, I can hear Harry. Yeah, this is just. I love a jaunty tune. That's what I have for this.
I love it. Ragtime piano stuff.
Yeah.
I really just super dig it. So this was. I did not know that there was a term for what it called stride piano, where Fats Waller was actually one of James P. Johnson's students.
Oh shit!
And so they like usually the left. I mean, I'm not a piano player, but usually your left hand's playing, 4 or 5 notes like like the bass basically. But in stride piano, the left hand is everywhere and takes advantage of the full range that the piano has. So a lot of like the ups and downs is because that left hand is moving across the piano and doing other things rather than just kind of keeping time.
That is very cool.
Yeah, I didn't know it had a name, but that is what so a lot of ragtime piano pieces are ragtime pieces because of that style of piano playing.
Cool.
I didn't know it had a name.
No, neither did I. Thank you.
But the other thing I'd like to add is that there were, I think there are artists on this list that you just look at and you're like, James P. Johnson is a black man and wrote this song, and there were bajillion white people all over. I bet they didn't know that either.
Oh yeah.
Right, and so I think again for the times, right, like we like to celebrate the art and not necessarily the artist.
Yeah.
I just, I love that this was written, by a black man. I don't know why I'm saying any of that, except for that it's so, of the times, there were black and white clubs.
Yeah.
Right, but this was everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And a whole ass dance. And a whole ass
dance.
Okay, number 6, My Blue Heaven. This is a pop song written by Walter Donaldson with lyrics by George A. Whiting. This song was used in the Ziegfeld Follies in 1927. And then in 1928, the song becomes a huge hit on Victor 20964-A. That's the record. But for crooner Gene Austin, accompanied by the Victor Orchestra. It charted for 26 weeks, stayed at number 1 for 13 weeks, and sold over 5 million copies worldwide. That record, I'm not going to say the whole thing again, was recorded on September 14th, 1927. The record is called Victor 20964-A. That is this song was inducted into the Grammy Hall of Fame in 1978. The list of movies it's in is 1931, The Neighbor's Wife and Mine, 32, The Last Mile, 36, Swing Banditry, I love that name, 41, Penny Serenade, 43, Never a Dull Moment, 48, Tom and Jerry, Kitty Foiled, 50, My Blue Heaven. This song was sung by Betty Grable. 55, Love Me or Leave Me, sung by Doris Day. 59, The Five Pennies, played by Bob Crosby. 67, Cut Follies. I did make it up. 72, The Ruling Class, sung by Peter O'Toole. 1990, My Blue Heaven, performed by Fats Domino. 91, Fried Green Tomatoes. And 95, Antonia's Line. That is a shortened list, but this song is in a lot of movies. My Blue Heaven, thoughts?
I love this song. I know a lot of it is attached to the movie My Blue Heaven because I fucking love that movie. Sorry. At first I was like, I think I mostly love this because of the movie, and then I couldn't find the Gene Austen version anywhere except YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I heard
it. On YouTube, and I listened to it, and it's much different than the Fats Domino version. It's more almost lullaby-ish, kind of wistful. I like this one. It's very peaceful, and I liked it. I just don't. 13, the 20s was depressing, so I guess that would help a little bit. Like it, yeah, I do. I like it, but as I talk about it, I know I like it more because of the movie, and I like the Fats Domino version. Yep, it's the movie, and the movie is the sequel to what?
Well, I mean,
he is playing Henry Hill. It's Goodfellas Part 2.
I don't think anybody who worked on that movie,
and that's why Henry Hill hated it.
Wants to admit that, but
Nora Ephron, well, she's like, fuck you.
In this house, it's pretty highly regarded.
It's pretty highly regarded.
Michelle, any thoughts about My Blue Heaven? Not the movie from 1990, but the song, please.
This is where you're going to get your payback for Ain't Misbehavin'. I hate this song. I hate the original version. I don't know. The Fats version is Fats Domino. I do not like this song, and I don't like it for a lot of the reasons I don't like. I dislike this thing in songs in general. There's part where he's doing over the top of the strings.
Yes.
And I would like to hear the strings, and he's just over the top. And I'm like, wait, you're already singing in the song. Why are you now singing over the strings? So and that's just a personal thing.
No, because I tried whistling over it. I hate when people whistle.
And then the goddamn bird whistle.
Yes.
I was like,
that's so funny because the bird whistle, I was like, I could do without the bird whistle.
So I listened to the whole thing, and then I went back to read the history, and that's kind of just in general how I have approached this part of it. I'd listen to the song and then go, because I want to listen to it without any bias other than what I maybe already have, and then go back and listen or read and do some research. So I went back and did the research on this after deciding I really don't like this song. And apparently Gene Austen, who Sean mentioned was very famous crooner of the day, there were so many people recording this song, and he felt like his version was the best version, so he went back to his producer, record company, and said, unless he had other stuff in the pipeline that he was ready to record, and basically said, if you don't let me record my version of My Blue Heaven, then go fuck yourself. I'm not going to record the rest of this stuff coming up. So they set up the sessions where he was going to do that and all of the other songs.
Yeah.
They recorded the other songs first, and then the musicians started to pack up and leave. And he was like, fuck all is happening right now. And then they were like, oops, well, they have another engagement. They have to go. And he apparently got pissed enough that he grabbed a cello player, and he grabbed a dude who could kind of play the piano, and then he grabbed some dude who could whistle like a bird, and then they recorded it. So he improvised a trio to record this song because he was so dead set to record it. Really so then I went back and thought, well, maybe that's why it sounds terrible to me, because they weren't real.
Yeah.
They were real musicians, but they weren't the same session orchestra musicians that he had just had in studio to record it. So I was like, the bird whistle thing shouldn't be there because it probably wasn't supposed to be there. And it's a big part of why I don't like the song. So I'm willing to say, maybe I hate it so much, but it wasn't it wasn't supposed to sound like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it was supposed
I
to
didn't
sound
know all that.
Interesting though, because I don't want to speak for Andrea, but I feel like as you, Michelle, you were referring to a particular version of the song, right? That, but I think Andrea liking the song is referring to the Fats Domino one, and is tying it to the movie that she likes.
Yeah, and this, like I said, when I listened to the Gene Austrin one, I was like,
right.
Yeah, I was like, this is peaceful, but this is not my blue heaven.
Mm-hmm.
There's something like almost not sexual. I can't think of. There's when Fats Domino says and Baby makes three. There's just something like so about that I love. And this I was like, oh white boy, it is just.
Hey, are we trying to make me out to be a prude again?
No, you're doing just fine on your own, baby. Hey, again, but this, when the opening, when we're talking about the 1920s. I don't know that this is the appropriate time to talk about it, but like music, we've talked movies, we've talked books, but I think we all love these categories, but music is something different. Music has this like innate ability to transport you back to a memory, to a movie, to a name it, your mom, like, whatever. And it's something that I've always been interested in, is like music has this effect. You could be from another culture, speak another language, whatever it is, music, it crosses all of that for us. And so I'm only saying that to say, like, we are talking about, I don't know what year the Fats Domino version of this was recorded. It might not be the 20s. And so it's a little tougher, but also great with music in that there's just so much depth with these different songs. So anyway, sorry for the diatribe, but
and also in my notes I have Rhapsody in Blue notwithstanding, this song is too long. Mm-hmm. This version of it, the Gene Austrin version of it, goes on, and it's the same refrain over and over and over and over, and I was just like, whew.
Okay, number 7, Singing in the Rain. This is a song with lyrics by Arthur Freed, music by Ignacio Herb Brown. Doris Eaton Travis introduced the song on Broadway in the Hollywood Music Box Review in 1929. It was then widely popularized by Cliff Edwards and the Brox Sisters in the Hollywood Review of 1929. Many contemporary artists had hit records with this song. Cliff Edwards was number 1 for 12 weeks. Earl, I don't think that's a misspelling on my part. Earl Burtnett, Burtnett. That's just not right. But number 4 for 10 weeks. Sorry. Gus Arnheim, number 9 for 7 weeks. That was all just in 1929. I didn't we don't have the time to go through all of the versions of the song.
In the 20s, though? Sorry.
No, go ahead. What?
In the 20s, like 27 people record one song, and it's all.
And it's charting for all of them.
So many.
And a lot of that was based on if they sold a fuck ton of the sheet music, then they knew that if they recorded it, they were going to make some cheddar. Because people loved it.
That happened nowadays.
Yeah. So a lot of the times that's why there were so many recordings of it, because everybody was like, well, shit, everybody loves and bought this song, so now if I record it, I can make some,
So again, pop culture wise, 1959, this song is whistled by Cary Grant as he takes a shower after the crop duster attack in Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. 1971, this is sung mockingly by Alex DeLarge, played by Malcolm McDowell, in a scene in Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange. And then the Gene Kelly version of this song plays during the end credits of that movie as well. In 1982, this song is sung by Inspector Jacques Clouseau, played by Peter Sellers, in Pink Panther Strikes Again. In the film Legal Eagles, 1986, Robert Redford sings in the rain while watching the movie on TV during a sleepless night. 1989, Crimes and Misdemeanors from Woody Allen. 1990, the song is referenced in Moving Pictures. 95, an episode of Friends, season 2, episode 4, the one with Phoebe's husband. 2001. The list goes on. I think you get the idea here. It's in a lot. I think that, oh, I just scrolled down. This list is,
it's
why did I put so many on? Okay, you get it. It's a lot. So Singing in the Rain.
I did not know this was a song before the musical.
I also did not know that, and I really hate this version.
Yes.
And again, just like we were just talking about, I'm trying so hard. So again, I would listen to the original version with whatever, and then go do my research, right?
Yeah.
When this came on, I was like, what the hell is this? And then I was like, oh no, I want my Gene Kelly version. I love, and I was like, I don't think I'm going to get this later though, right? I'm not going to get this in 1952 because this song wasn't written in 1952. It was written in 1929. And I want so desperately the Gene Kelly version because I love that version, right? I, to your point, Sean, like the song will take you, I mean, quite obviously the whole damn movie, which is about the 20s.
Yes.
Right?
But it might come up in movies of the 50s.
Right, and so that's like the list. So I'm trying so hard, but I really don't like this version. At all.
I might Cecil B. DeMille this. It might be a Ben-Hur thing. I know we can't talk about when we.
But I don't know that we'll get it again because technically we shouldn't.
No.
Technically we shouldn't.
Not the song.
Right.
Not this song.
Right. So that's I literally was like, what is this? And then I was like, oh, because the chorus, that's the other thing, is that the chorus starts the song rather than verses and then a bridge in the chorus or whatever. And I didn't like it. I really didn't like it.
I concur with Michelle.
The best version of this song is Glee. I mean, the episode The Substitute from 2000.
Where they mashed it up with Umbrella?
Yes. Andrea, did you say anything about Singing in the Rain, or do you have anything?
I'm sorry.
No, that's a no. Okay, number 8. I'm sitting on top of the world. This is a pop song, music written by Ray Henderson, lyrics by Sam Lewis and Joe Young. Published in 1925. The song was most likely recorded by Art Gilham, who recorded I'm Sitting on Top of the World, October 24th, 1925. We're back to our friend Al Jolson. Recorded this December 21 of 25. Jolson sang it in the 1928 Part talkie film The Singing Fool, and then again in his biographical movie The Jolson Story in 46, Sitting on Top of the World.
As long as you're not doing it in
the Beverly Hills Hotel. And that's also a quote from that.
I just have Al Jolson, you jaunty motherfucker.
Okay. Al just catching shrapnel on this.
What? You jaunty motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think you mean motherfucker in the endearing.
Yes.
way.
Oh yeah. It is.
I love this song.
Yes.
I don't know that I had heard this at all ever.
Never.
And then I listened to it and I was like, this is great.
I loved it.
Yeah, it's short, it's sweet, it's fun, it sounds great. And you know, Al Jolson will sing in different ways depending on what he's singing. Like Swanee, this is a little bit different than that, and then he sings a little differently on other things as well. And this one is less I don't know, affected, I feel like is the word. Like he's just kind of singing it, right? Yeah. And it doesn't have like the extra little tweaks in voice or like he's performing it. He's just singing it. And I really like this. And I think there's a Les Paul and Mary Ford version of this, which I am going to go and listen to because I did not have time to do that. But again, like part of the reason I love this is because I discover stuff as I go. And one of the versions I saw was that there's a Les Paul and Mary Ford version. And I was like, oh, I need to go listen to that. I loved it. And also it's like a minute 10, a minute. It's so short. Yes. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Okay. Number 9, Sweet Georgia Brown. Sweet Georgia Brown is a pop jazz standard written in 1925. This was a collaborative effort between 3 people, bandleader Ben Burney, composer Maceo Pinkard, and lyricist Kenneth Casey. Just real quick about these 3 individuals. Ben Burney was the first to record this song with his Hotel Roosevelt Orchestra on March 19th, 1925. The version reached number 1 on the Billboard charts, remained there for 5 weeks. Burney's meeting with a Dr. George Thaddeus Brown inspired the song's concept, including the name Georgia Brown after the doctor's daughter. Maceo Pinkard, a talented composer and pioneer in black pop music, Pinkard contributed significantly to the song's creation. He was also known for other hits like Sugar and Them Their Eyes, and was the first African American to own a music publishing company in the United States. Kenneth Casey wrote the lyrics for this song. Kenneth Casey was one of the first child stars in U.S. cinema. He starred in over 50 movies between 1909 and 1920. Harkening back to Michelle's criticism of movies in the 20s, I hate to say this, but if you look at a picture of Kenneth, he had a fucked ass bob. It was bad. It was bad. I'm sorry, Kenneth. But I looked him up, and the picture that came up, I was like, oh, Michelle. Okay. So for me, the biggest thing about this song, culturally or whatever, for me, is this is the theme of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
If you saw an ad on television for the Globetrotters, this song was playing.
Yeah.
I think today still. Yes. But then also it's in Some Like It Hot in 1959, American Pop in 81, To Be or Not to Be in 83, whereas notably I threw in it was performed in Polish by Mel Brooks and Anne Bancroft. It's in The Fabulous Baker Boys in 89, Crimes and Misdemeanors in 89, Sweet and Lowdown in 99.
Well, it better be.
There was a different version of it, but the Brother Bones version of this song is in Ted Lasso, season 1, episode 10.
That's the version that is the one that we all know.
Okay.
The Brother Bones version.
But yeah, the instrumental version is the one we know as the Harlem Globetrotters.
Okay. A Tribe Called Quest sampled a cover of this song for their album The Love Movement. So yeah, I'm just, I guess, trying to point out the cultural significance beyond its use in entertainment. I would say this song has been cited in context related to its historical impact and presence with Black culture and the fight for integration in professional basketball for Black athletes. So thoughts about Sweet Georgia Brown?
Love. And I, as a kid, of course, because like we just mentioned that the Brother Bones and His Shadows version is the version we knew, I didn't know it had lyrics until I was much older, right? I'm just running around the house, right? But I did not know it had lyrics. Then later found out it had lyrics, and my favorite line, without question, is, "Fellers she can't get are fellers she ain't met."
Oh, I like that line.
Isn't it great? It's fucking great. And there are people who, like, when I was reading through the history of, like, you know, but the lyrics, even though the name was taken from, you know, the senator's daughter, people think that Georgia is a lady of questionable, you know. And I was like, good for fucking her. This line is so good. So good.
Yeah.
Georgia claimed her and Georgia named her. Yep. I love it so much. That line, though, the feller's line, so good.
That's great.
And I'm a lyrics person, as you all will. I mean, you know, and listener will find out as we go. Like, I don't. A song has to be hella catchy for me to ignore the lyrics. Like, and I call it the unskinny bop rule. Like, I don't care. Like, it better be so catchy that I can ignore the dumb lyrics.
Oh.
But I also, opposite, I'll ignore a kind of terrible song with great fucking lyrics. And that line, immediately, I was like, this is a winner. Winner.
I do like this. The only thing that bothers me about any of this is the fact that the Georgia State House of Representatives was like, you will name your daughter Georgia. Which is shocking, because Georgia would never tell a woman what she needed to do with her body. So that just, it was a rough news week, okay? There's a lot of shit going down, and motherfuckers in the South didn't help this country any. So fuck you all. But, yeah, that's, but yeah.
Okay.
It is a catchy tune. I do like it.
Number 10, Bye Bye Blackbird. This is a song published in 1926 by Jerome Remick, written by composer Ray Henderson and lyricist Mort Dixon. It's considered a pop standard. It was first recorded by Sam Lannon's Dance Orchestra in March 1926. Popular recordings in 26 were by, going back to your point, Nick Lucas, Gene Austin, Benny Kruger, Leo Reisman. It was the number 16 song of 1926. Song was featured in the 1955 movie musical Pete Kelly's Blues, sung by Peggy Lee. On the heels of what Andrea just said, do I want to say this part?
Too late now.
Segregationists opposed to the American Civil Rights Movement, notably at the Selma to Montgomery March, played the song over loudspeakers as a taunt. Do we want to hear that, Andrea, what you said?
I said this.
Okay.
Not everybody in the South is an asshat, but y'all ain't helping this country.
In 1968, Joe Cocker recorded a cover of Bye Bye Blackbird that was included on his 69 album with a little help from my friends. Ringo Starr also included a version on his first solo album, which was arranged by Maurice Gibb, by the way, released in 1972. Liza Minnelli performed Bye Bye Blackbird in her Emmy Award-winning TV special, Liza with a
Z.
In 1982, John Coltrane received an award posthumously for his work on the album Bye Bye Blackbird. Tiny Tim recorded the song on what would be his final record, the 1996 album Girl. No, not
Little Robin the Frog?
no. Okay. Andrea? In 2005, Peggy Lee's version of the song was used in Peter Jackson's remake of King Kong. In 2012, Paul McCartney covered this song on his album Kisses on the Bottom. 2017, the song was featured in Peaky Blinders, season 4, episode 3.
That is what
And that is why I put it in there. I think that's what.
See, mine is.
Go ahead.
Do you mind? Joe Cocker's version. Fucking love Joe Cocker's version, and it's on the Sleepless in Seattle soundtrack. And I used to listen to that soundtrack nonstop, and it is so just like, because that's a great. And at the time when that soundtrack came out, when that movie came out on VHS, and we had the video store, we got the soundtrack with it, and nobody wanted it but me. And so I was like, what? Well, I'm sure probably Lynn wanted it, and I took it, and then she was mad. But at the time, it's such a really good soundtrack, and that song on it, I loved so much. His version, I just absolutely loved it. And then I listened to Gene, and I was like, it's the white boy version, and it's not bad. It's just
I like this version a lot.
Yes,
actually, I thought it was so good, and I like it so much better than My Blue Heaven. I think the verses are less well known than the chorus, of course, right? And it's actually kind of a lengthy song with great lyrics, and he sings it. I loved this, and I was like, man, like if you just said, and again, I knew it by title, so I knew I was going to like the song. But when I saw that it was the Gene Austin after listening to My Blue Heaven, I was like, oh, brother.
But this time,
it's so good. And he sounds great. And this version, this like particular version, and again, people know it from Peaky Blinders, they know it from other things. But this particular version is fucking great. It's so good. I really liked it.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else about this song? We made it through the first 10. And it's not nothing.
And I do have to apologize again to the people of the South. It's not all of you. And that was wrong. That's just, like I said, it's been a really rough news cycle this week. And I say that from a place of privilege. So I'm a little
Raw.
I'm a little raw.
You don't say.
I'm sorry to have that noise. You're shrinking though. He kept saying, "You can't raw dog me." I don't think he knows what that means.
Okay, so that is the first 10 songs of the 1920s. I still encourage you, if you have thoughts, even if Andrea went too hard on the South, I don't understand music, whatever it might be, hit us up on our...
Sorry about saying that I hate whistling. If you whistle, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with you.
Don't whistle on my song.
Apologize. Okay.
Bobby McFerrin.
I love Bobby.
Hey, you too.
I'm not
I am
you too.
wrapping the episode.
Oh.
Okay. So again, hit us up on our socials. We're on Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok. We regret nothing on all of those. Hopefully you're enjoying this, and if you are, and you think that there's someone else that might enjoy it, tell them. We can be found again on Spotify, our iHeartRadio, Amazon. If you want to watch this, you can go to YouTube. And so I'm having a lot of fun with this. Hopefully you two are as well. You're doing great research, just like every week. Makes it a lot of fun, and I'm learning so much. Even if no one listens to this, I'm learning something every week, and that is a big deal for me. So thank you, and then for everybody, take care of yourself, and we'll see you next week.